Hello again. Today we're going to make a fancy journal, a sketchbook. This one is suitable for 5th grade and up, or a younger child with an older sibling or a parent to help them. I'm going to take it apart and show you how it was done. So, to begin with, I had a sheet of cardstock, 8.5 by 11, that I cut in half. So 2 5.5 by 8.5 sheets. And I put them, let's see, how did I do that? There we are. Inside to inside. And then hole punch them there and there. Or if you have one of these guys, that makes it really easy. You just line it up and use the bottom 2 punches. Then for the inside, oh, I should say a word about the cover. Just little leftover scraps and collage to fancy it up, or you can draw on it and use white cardstock. The next step is to take an ordinary sheet of 8.5 by 11 white paper, printer paper, fold it in half, lining up your corners. Then you want to line that up with your cover and hole punch it. Remember, you're punching through 2 layers because it's folded. You want to punch it so that the open edges are going to be on the outside of your book binding, and the folded edges are going to face, they'll be the pages that you turn. So the loose ends will be bound, the folded ends will be turned. Then you add your back cover, line everything up. I've got one not lined up here. There we go. I'm just going to take that one out. Line it up so that everything matches. There we go. So that all of your holes line up. I think this needs to go the other way. There we go. That's it. Now they all line up. Then for the binding, you're going to use an ordinary skewer, like you would for barbecuing. Line it up so that it doesn't hang over the edge of your cardstock. Move the camera down. And I just cut it with scissors. Won't cut all the way through, but if you cut and turn, you can just snap it off, and that little rough edge doesn't bother me at all. Save the pointy edge though, because that's very useful for the next step. You're going to bind it with a rubber band. You're going to squeeze that end together and poke it through the top back hole. That's where that pointy end is really useful. And then you slip the rest of the skewer into that first rubber band loop, and you pull it in the back. The hardest part is to stretch it and push it through the bottom set of holes, and even that's not too hard. Catch it through the other end, wrap it around the bottom of your skewer, and there you go. One thing to make the book easier to open and turn the pages is if you score the front cover a little bit. Let's bring that down a little. You can see what I'm doing. So I'm putting a ruler just on the inside edge of where that skewer hits. And to score, you just want to use one edge of your scissor, and you run it along your ruler, not cutting through, but just enough to make a nice little bend like that. And then your cover opens easily and you can draw on the pages. So here is my pandemic journal. I'm going to write in. You can write poetry, draw pictures, write prayers, whatever you want to document this once in a lifetime era that we are living in. All right, that's all for today. Thank you.